Hey everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. So I'm kind of cutting June off a little bit early this year just because I am leaving for a week for my trip to France on the day that this video will be going up. I'm leaving that night, so I want to get all of these videos pre-filmed and ready to go, so my wrap-up is going to have to be from, like, today is the 27th, so I'm kind of cutting the month off at the 27th, so it's not really that big of a wrap-up, and I'm going to start off by talking about the books that I'm actually currently reading. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book that I'm currently reading this month, I think I'll be able to finish before the month is over for sure, and that is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I'm listening to the audiobook of it and I'm really enjoying it so far. Well, it's not the most enjoyable so far, but that's just because it's like not really supposed to be, but it's getting better because the character is getting better. In the beginning, the girl is kind of a brat, but now she's starting to kind of like lose that brattiness, so I'm starting to really enjoy it, and I've just heard such fantastic things about this book, and I love Frances Hodgson Burnett, so I think that I will really love this one. And the other book that I'm currently reading is My Life Next Door by Fitzpatrick. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish this one before I leave. I'm hoping I will because I don't want to bring a physical book. I'm only bringing my dad's e-reader and I have some ebooks on there, so I'm really hoping that I'll be able to finish this one. I do have, today is Monday and today is my last day of work, so I have Tuesday and Wednesday off, but then I leave on Thursday, so I have a bunch of packing and a ton of stuff to do. I have to edit these videos and upload them. Like, my life is just crazy right now, but I'm really hoping that I will be able to relax and read this book and finish it. I'm not very far in it at all. I'm like on page 30 and it's really good so far, but that's only because I'm on page 30, but I think that I will really enjoy it. A lot of people do. It's about this girl who, her family's really conservative, and then on the other side of the fence their neighbors are like this huge family who has 10 kids and they're crazy wild, and she ends up striking up a relationship with one of the boys in that family, and it's just kind of about her summer and the fallout of all of that. So I'm really excited to get further into this and see where the story is going to go. So now getting to the books that I actually finished in June, the first book that I finished is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book in the Kiss of Deception trilogy. I'm not sure if it's a trilogy or a series, but I really enjoyed this one. Oh, it's called The Remnant Chronicles. Just saw that. I really enjoyed this one though. I thought it was a great follow-up to the first one. I wasn't sure how I would like this one just because the first one had that like mystery aspect going on where you didn't know who was the assassin sent to kill her and who was the prince who was supposed to marry her. You didn't know who was who, so I thought without that curveball in this book that it might be a little bit weaker, but it was really great. I loved kind of the court intrigue and all of the political things that were going on. I liked where the story was going overall, and I'm excited to read the next one. So I give this one a 4 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then after that I picked up More Happy Than Not by Silveira, and this book was kind of a disappointment for me. It was kind of the same situation as Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire-Sénès, and by that I mean I think the book was really good. It just wasn't the kind of book that I personally enjoy. I can see why a lot of people love it so much and are so passionate about it, but personally it's not my kind of book. So I think I gave it a 2 or 2.5 out of 5 stars because it wasn't a bad book by any means, it just wasn't my taste. I think for what it was trying to do and the writing style that it was trying to achieve, it definitely achieved that and it went above and beyond that, and it was great, but if I'm thinking of my personal taste, it just was not for me. But like I said, I do really understand why people love this book so much, and I think if you're into that kind of writing style, you would really enjoy this one. If you liked Aristotle and Dante, you would really love this one. So after I finished that, I picked up A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and this honestly took me the bulk of the month to finish because I was working almost full-time hours and I just didn't have any time to read. So when I was reading this, and I moved through these books so slowly, so this book took me almost all month to finish, but it was well worth it. It was so good. It was just like sexy, intriguing, like the whole entire thing was just powerful, this poignant story. I really enjoyed it, and honestly I was kind of expecting more sex scenes because you hear, like, that's all you hear about on Twitter when people talk about this book, but really there weren't that many, so I don't think it's overly inappropriate, but at the same time time, I wouldn't recommend reading this book if you're under the age of 17, because it is a little bit graphic in the sex scenes sometimes, so you don't want to taint your innocence, okay? Just don't read it if you're young. I really don't think it's young adult, I think it's new adult, but that being said, I love where the storyline is going, and I cannot wait for the next one. I just really want to know what is going to happen to these characters, and oh my god, it was just so good. So I gave this one obviously a 5 out of 5 stars, and yes, thank god I finally read it. Like, my sister was bugging me to read it, you guys were bugging me to read it, and now I've finally done it, so no one, you can stop bugging me now. I did it! Then after that, I picked up A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I fell in love with this movie as a kid. I remember watching it all the time and I just loved it. So I haven't read the book, and I decided to pick it up this month in preparation for my recommended reads for children's classics video that I don't know when it's going to be coming out because I have so many still to read, but I decided to pick this one up and I absolutely adored it. I liked it even more than the movie. It was just, it's such a wholesome story, and you just fall in love with Sarah and the world that she lives in and her imagination that really can't be brought down even though her circumstances aren't exactly ideal. I honestly just think that this book is one of the children's classics that you definitely have to read. It's just so good. And the last book that I finished this month was Standoff by Andrew Smith. This is the second book in the Winger duology, so it concludes the duology, and I think it was a really solid conclusion, but at the same time, I didn't like it quite as much as I liked the first one. Winger really ends with a bang, and it, like, really an emotional punch to the gut, and I kind of knew going into this one that it couldn't possibly live up to that. There was no way that there could have been that emotional turn that the other one took that really made me love it. So I knew that I wouldn't like it quite as much, but I did find this one to be a little bit slow and kind of not a lot was happening throughout the book. So it was kind of hard to capture my attention a little bit, but overall I think it was a really solid conclusion, and I felt like it came to, like, everything was kind of wrapped up nicely and I got all the answers that I had been wanting, and I felt like the characters were going to be, like, okay after the book, if that makes sense. But yeah, I did really like it, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So that is all for my June wrap up. Let me know what you guys read in June, or if you've read any of these books, your thoughts on them, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!